Let's begin. Let's take our mind on the lotus feet of Radharani, and let's take our mind to Vrindavan. Radharani is in Vrindavan, and what is she doing? She is walking, and she's plucking flowers, and she's touching the plants, and she's talking to all the animals there. Let us remember this Vrindavan where Radharani is walking, and we bow down to her feet. राधा करावचित पल्लव वल्लरी के राधा पदांक विलसन मधुर स्थली के राधा यशो मुखर मत्त खगावली के राधा विहार विपिने रमता मनोन्मे राधा साध्यम साधनम यस्य राधा मंत्रो राधा मंत्रदात्री च राधा सर्वं राधा जीवनम यस्य राधा 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 वाची tasya kim sesham. We are doing from Vrindavan Mahimaamrit, the fifth Shatakam, fourth Shatakam we started last time. I have gone halfway through. I'll just repeat everything one more time so that we get in tune with the teachings one more time. So we are remembering Radha, we are remembering Vrindavan, where Radharani is there. It is so beautiful. And all the Sakhis are there. Sakhis are the friends. And Sakhi means friend, and Sahachari. It means the one who follows. So the book written by Prabodhanand Saraswati, he is saying, when will that day come that I will be in Vrindavan and I will properly worship Radha, who is fair like a molten gold, whose limbs are like the flowering vines, who is an ocean of beauty. She has a beautiful braid and nice bodily structure. She has a pleasant smiling face, and from each and every part of her body, a nectarian transcendental mellows, they are constantly flowing. She has beautiful eyes, which are more beautiful than the Kanjan birds. She is wearing ornaments in her forehead, in her hair. She's wearing various rings in her fingers. She's decorated with bangles. She's wearing earrings. She's wearing a nice nose ring with a septum. And she's wearing a blouse. She's wearing red sari. And while she's walking, she lovingly glances at Shri Krishna. And when she glances and smiles, that smile and that glance creates waves in the universe. And the entire Vrindavan gets thrilled. Everything starts trembling. And they're all drowned in ecstatic love. When will that day come that I will pray to this Radharani? And he goes on in the mood saying from Shloka 46 onwards, like, let hundreds of arrows of harsh words, let them pierce my heart. Let hundreds of kicks fall on my head. Let hundreds of days pass where I don't even get the smallest meal. I don't care about anything. I will still choose to live in Vrindavan and always meditate on this beautiful couple. One is fair and one is blue, dark. These are my life's treasure. And then he goes on saying to us and to himself that how many births have passed, how many births you have taken, and how many attentions of your, looking for the significant other, you have passed. How many births, after births, you have enjoyed the loving attentions of a dear wife to whom you went on giving flowers, garlands, sandalwood paste, and other gifts. You wasted how many births? And in some of the births, you were so egoistic, it had no limit. In some of the births, you were very famous. What is it that you're looking now? In some of the birth, you were scholarly, you read so many books. Is there anything left? Then why are you wasting your life in this birth? Just leave everything. You have had enough of it. And simply worship Vrindavan and attain the transcendental bliss. I will live in Vrindavan. Maybe my body may become weak and famished. Maybe I may not get good places to stay. My hair unattended. I will wear just a loin cloth, just a kopeen. Maybe some rag garments that I get from the residents of Vrindavan. Maybe a shawl, patchwork shawl. Yet I will live there peacefully. I will cut off myself from all others. I will live a very humble, lowest of the lowly kind of life, and my heart will deeply enter into the pure devotional service of Radha and Krishna. I want my heart to always drink the nectar of Sri Radharani's lotus feet. I only will want to become a fortunate resident of Vrindavan. What is the wealth of Kuvera? Kuvera is the treasurer of Lakshmi. Lakshmi means the goddess of prosperity, the wealth, Vishnu's wife. So all the wealth of the universe belongs to Lakshmi. And who is the secretary? Who is the treasurer? Kuvera. He says, what is the wealth of Kuvera? What is the eloquence of Brahaspati? Brahaspati is the guru of all the devatas. We have Thursdays. Thursdays is also called as Brahaspati Var, the day of the guru. So he's saying, what is the eloquence of being, because Prabodhanand Saraswati was Prakashanand Saraswati, he was a great guru, Advaiti guru. And he has left Kashi and he has come to Vrindavan and now he's mad in the love of Radha Krishna. What he's talking may not make sense to the Advaitis. What happened to people may talk back about him behind his back. I mean, he's left it, but people will still talk. What just happened to this guy? Who was talking of Brahma, Satyam, Jagat, Mithya, and everything is formless and the conscious energy and blah, blah, blah. And now what has happened? He's crying for Vrindavan and he's saying, I will live like this, I will live like that. He says, I don't care. Maybe they considered me as their guru, but I don't even care for the eloquence of Brihaspati. Maybe people will say, oh, why is he living like a poor beggar in Vrindavan? When he had such people used to worship him in Kashi. He was a great guru, he was a famous guru. He was having all kind of wealth and gifts given by his Sishyas being taken care. Why would he leave everything and live like this, like a beggar in Vrindavan and keep crying like this? He says, I don't care. Even if Indra comes and gives me his opulence, I don't care. I only want to live in Vrindavan. Somebody may ask me, what is this purpose of this austerity? And why have you made why are you looking so horrible, ugly, disheveled, your hair not good? He's like, I don't care. Even if Cupid comes and says, I'll make you very handsome. I don't care. I don't care about all the wonderful mystic perfections obtained by yoga, austerity, and other means. I don't care. All this has become like a pathetic mockery to me. All I care is to be in Vrindavan. I do not want to be in any surrounding. I do not want to be with any person, anybody who talks about this and takes me away from Vrindavan. I do not want my mind to go away Vrindavan. I don't want to talk about opulences. I don't want to talk about scholarly discussions. I don't want to talk about wealth and means of achieving wealth. I don't want about siddhis. I don't want to talk about siddhis. No, please keep away from me. I am happy in Vrindavan. Let me be in Vrindavan at the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. Who will not worship this earthly Vrindavan? Where Radha and Krishna eternally enjoy the transcendental amorous pastimes. If People question, you left Kashi and you came to Vrindavan? I will only reply, you do not know the glories of Vrindavan. Vrindavan is situated above all other places, beyond the reach of Maya, beyond the reach of Kal. It is the personal residence of Radha and Krishna. It is the residence of the highly enlightened people. And the ignorant people, even the Vedas do not know the glories of Vrindavan. It Vrindavan, Vrindavan is full of sweetness. Its splendor and host of other virtues has already defeated the glories of other places. You may talk about there are so many other glorious places, so many other tirthas. Why only Vrindavan? He says, beyond words, even Vedas cannot describe. And somebody, if they want to argue and try to prove defects in Vrindavan, I can only say that he is a fool. And that's why he's seeing defects in this inconceivably glorious place on earth called Vrindavan. They may not see that Vrindavan that I am seeing. My Vrindavan is effulgent, pure, spiritual, full of nectar. And here in Vrindavan, every living being is swimming in the ocean of pure love for Krishna. This place is such a place that even Vedas, they're expert in describing everything. Their logic is great. They have so much knowledge, yet they cannot describe the pure love that is in Vrindavan. If the Vedas cannot describe it, then I have no expectation from so-called wise men of the world. They don't have the eyes to see them because they will go to Vedas. And Vedas cannot describe Vrindavan. Vrindavan is so hidden. So, of course, so-called wise people, they may have their logic, they may have their knowledge, they may have their scholarly arguments, debates, whatever. I don't care. I just see them as fools. He goes on saying in Shloka number 52. सुरेपे सुरूपेणान्तं मधुरिं भरेणान्तरहितं रुचानन्तं कृष्णप्रणय रसतोऽपि अन्तरहितं कृपौ दार्यानन्तं निजपरि महिम्ना अन्तरहितं तदानन्तं भाग्यं भजति यदि वृन्दावनमिदम्. He says this Vrindavan, it has ananta saundarya, means inconceivable beauty. It is filled with endless sweetness, ananta madhurya, ananta jyoti, endless splendor, and it is filled with endless love for Krishna. This Vrindavan is filled with ananta udarata. Udarata means compassion, ananta, endless kindness and generosity. And it is ananta. Ananta means endless, endlessly glorious. If one worships Vrindavan like this, which is endless beauty, endless sweetness, endless splendor, endless nectar, endless love for Krishna, endless kindness, endless generosity, endless glories, then of course, this person's fortune will be also endless. Good fortune. He will have good fortune that is endless. वीक्षे दिव्याक्षिलक्षैः स्थिरचरसुष्मा सौरभमग्राणलक्षैर्जिघ्राम्या कर्णये च गुणान् अत्युदारान् पत्कोट्या त्वयटेयं यदि च करशिरा कोटिभिस्त्वां न मेयं नो तृप्तिर्मे तथा प्रियतमा परमानंद वृंदावनात्. Oh, dear most Paramanandamaya Shri Vrindavan, O supremely blissful Vrindavan, If today I could see the splendor of all the living and the non-living, the animate and the inanimate things, all the living things of Vrindavan, all the living beings of Vrindavan and the non-living beings of Vrindavan, if I could see them, if I could see the splendor of all of them with millions of transcendental eyes, if I could smell the fragrance with the millions of nostrils, if I could hear about your noble virtues with millions of ears, if I could wander in your forest with millions of feet, if I could bow down and offer you respects with millions of hands and heads, I feel that I will not be satisfied because you are so beautiful. You are so supremely blissful. How do I describe your glories? Thousand mouth, unless कर्णेशाङ्कुप्रवेश्य किमपि यदि शृणोत्य एतद्धीयस्य दोषान् जीव्या चेच्च प्रमादाद् यदि वदति सम्पुत्पाटय शिक्षते चेत् प्राणासन्त्यागयोग्या यदि मनसि तथा निश्चयत् च श्रवाद्या चाण्डालीकृतवर्जया परमतम् idam dhama vrindavanam yat. He says, thousands of mouths, thousands of eyes, thousands of ears cannot describe you. I will not be satisfied because you are the most exalted transcendental abode. And if my ears, if my ear hears anything wrong about you, if anybody, I cannot hear anything wrong about you. If anybody speaks something and if I hear anything, if I allow my ear to listen to the defects in Vrindavan, I will pierce my ear with a dagger. And if by such an association, if my tongue starts blaspheming Vrindavan or talking bad about Vrindavan, then I will cut my tongue. If my eye sees faults in Vrindavan, then I'll pull out my eyes. If my mind believes about the faults of Vrindavan, then I will give up my life. If my ears and other senses thus become like untouchable outcast because of thinking bad about Vrindavan, I will stay far from them. Oh, nahi Vrindavan vidami ham मिंदावप्यामी दृशिम सुखताम तुच्छीकृत सुरगणिका सुखजनिका ते यतो रजकणिका. O Vrindavan, I do not find this kind of happiness even on Chandraloka. Chandraloka means the land, the moon. Your particles of dust, the dust, it's called Raj. The Raj, the dust of your sacred land defeats the beauty of the celestial dancers of the heavens. Vrindaraka nruta vrinda vipinalata shikhi gulmanam vrindaraka ihanandata manda mandar koti bhi kimvaha. Oh, kubuddhi purush. Kubuddhi means dumb people. Oh, dumb people, or oh, people with less intelligence. What are the use of any celestial mandara trees to us? So mandara trees are come from heaven. What is the use of all these trees? Don't even talk to me about any trees from any heaven. I don't want to hear, because in Vrindavan, every tree, every tree, every bush, every vine, everything is eternal and full of bliss. I do not care about celestial trees, because I am seeing much, much better trees here itself in Vrindavan, and these trees are being worshipped by all the celestial beings. So don't talk to me about celestial mandara trees. I don't want to hear their glories. राधा मुरलीधर वर्धने, राधा मुरलीधर वर्धन वृंदावने वरम कृमिकः भगवत पार्षद मुख्यो अपि अन्यत्र अहम न चोत्सहे भुवतुम. I am not excited to become a Bhagavad Parshad, meaning if somebody gives me the position of, oh, you will be the closest attendant of Bhagwan or security guard of Bhagwan in Vaikuntha, if somebody gives me that position, I am not interested. Don't talk to me. Why? What is it that you want? I am okay becoming an insect in Vrindavan, but I do not want to go to Vaikuntha and become a Bhagavad Parshad, because there is a story about Bhagavad Parshad, Jai Vijay. Those Jai Vijay, where, they were the security guards of Lord Vishnu in Vaikuntha. And they had to fall down. They became demons. Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Kansa, Ravana. So, I don't want to become that. Because even after reaching there, you never know, you'll fall down. But here I will be in Vrindavan. I want to be in Vrindavan. I'm okay to become an insect in Sri Sri Radha Muralidhar's supremely opulent Vrindavan. This is what I seek. Don't talk to me about anything else. I pray that I live in Vrindavan forever. Vrindavana guna vrindanya निशममन्दानुरागेण यो वर्णयति समाकर्णयति हरिं सोधर्मणयति. He says, a person who continually, with great love, describes and hears the transcendental virtues of Vrindavan, the one who speaks about the glories of Vrindavan, and the one who hears about the glories of Vrindavan, and both of them, when they hear with love, he says, Krishna. Krishna is forever indebted to such people. The one who is describing the glories of Vrindavan. Krishna is not saying, tell my glories. No. He's like, talk about Vrindavan. I want to hear more about Vrindavan. And he says, those who are describing about Vrindavan and those who are hearing about Vrindavan, Krishna is very happy on them. You want to make Krishna happy? Read Vrindavan Mahimaamrita. Shri Hari ko hi rini karta hai. Lord Krishna is heavily indebted to such person who is describing the glories of Vrindavan. And he says, राधापति रतिरंजित निकुंज भवने वने परम श्री वृंदावन नामनि प्रणय प्रणयम समस्त गुण सीमनि यदि वृंदावन विंदाम्यपि ऋणुतां ते वनान्तेषु न तदा विकुंठ लक्ष्मीमपि कर्मिणीतां निभालये ललितां सर्व दुःख दशा घोरा वरम वृंदावने अस्तु मे प्राकृता शेष विभूतिरपि नान्यतः. He says, this Vrindavan is not an ordinary place. It is a transcendental forest, and it is filled with transcendental, exalted virtues. It contains many groves. And what is the specialty about the groves? Oh, here, Radha's lover enjoyed transcendental pastimes. So you know who is Radha's lover. If you want to make him happy, whom you love Krishna, and Krishna loves Radha. So everybody wants to make the person whom they love happy. So you want to make Krishna happy? And Krishna is happy with Radha. And Krishna is happy when you talk about their pastimes that they did in Vrindavan. So whenever you remind him of Vrindavan, Krishna's mind immediately goes to the groves, those secret groves, where he is meeting Radharani and all the Sakhis. And he is filled with happiness. So when we talk about Vrindavan, Krishna is so happy because his mind is now roaming in Vrindavan. And we love him. Just to know that Krishna is smiling, Krishna is so happy, we want to talk more and more about Vrindavan. This is Vrindavan, this is Vrindavan. Nobody will understand this love, the madness of Vrindavan. There are so many beautiful groves that you can go on describing where Radha and Krishna enjoyed their transcendental pastimes. That's why he says in Shloka number 60, "Oh Vrindavan, I'm okay to become a blade of grass in that forest. Give me one little space. I do not care about the opulence of Vaikunthas. No, because in Vaikuntha there's a problem. What is the problem? It says Vaikuntha, Vaikuntha is like a heaven, right? Spiritual planet where he is like Vishnu, he's like a king, and Lakshmi ji is sitting with all opulences. She's like a queen. So the king and the queen, they are in Vaikuntha going around. They never go bare feet. A king will never go bare feet. So in Vaikuntha, even if Krishna, he's Vishnu right now, he's the king. Even if he wants to go barefoot, Lakshmi attendant will come or somebody will come. Krishna, Vishnu, you can't walk barefoot. This is a sandal. Please wear. No, I don't want to wear. No, you have to. Otherwise, Lakshmi ji will get angry at us. The queen will get angry at us. So, they don't walk barefoot. And they don't get dust over there. Because you have this palace. There's no dust. So that's how clean Vaikunthas are. Just imagine. I mean, our closest imagination is when we see all the kings and the queens here. They live in such palaces. They do not know what an ordinary life is. They do not know. They do not know what's rolling in dust is. Will they roll? Will they go barefoot? They do not know. But here in Vrindavan, the same Vaikuntapati, the same Vishnu, the same king of the universe comes down as a small baby, crawls, takes the clod of clay, the dirt and everything and puts it in his mouth, eats the dirt. Krishna, the same king of universe, comes down, eats the dirt. So this, and then Mother Yashoda comes and says, spit it out, spit. Okay. So this is the glory of the Raj. Raj means the dirt of Vrindavan, the sand of Vrindavan, the soil of Vrindavan. Raj means the soil of Vrindavan. So this is the glory of Vrindavan, the soil of Vrindavan, where Krishna has eaten it. He became the cows of Brahma. Once Brahma stole the cows, and he became millions of cows, and he grazed the grass. He ate the grass of Vrindavan. Both Radha and Krishna have hidden in the groves of Vrindavan, and they have spent time loving each other. It is filled with their loving vibrations. They love each other so much that the love overflows and then becomes Yamuna, in the liquid form. The love gets solidified and becomes Govardhan, like a mountain. So wherever you go and see, it's all Radha Krishna's love. When we bathe in the Yamuna, we know, oh, Radharani was also bathing here, and her flower and her fragrance and sandalwood, chandan, everything has just, went inside this Yamuna. The same soil of Vrindavan is when Radharani was crying and the Sakhis were crying when Krishna left Vrindavan, they cried and cried. They used to cry in such a manner that the water the tears used to fall and then go and fall into the soil of Vrindavan. On the same Vrindavan, all the Sakhis have walked barefoot because they were not queens. They were ordinary cowherd. ladies, of the cowherd tribe. They were ordinary girls. So this Vrindavan, where Krishna walked bare feet, his footprints are in the soil of this Vrindavan. God walked bare feet. God's footprints are in Vrindavan. And that's why the soil of Vrindavan is very important. The ground of Vrindavan, the earth there, that corner of Vrindavan is very important. And he says, if I can become even a blade of grass at the edge of your forest, I want that. Please, I do not want any opulences of the Vaikuntha. Even if they fall suddenly in my hand, I don't carry, I don't care. I do not see anything as beautiful or desirable as Vrindavan. Somebody will say, you have gone completely mad. Cuckoo. Why? They're like, only mad people can see some opulence in Vrindavan. Where is the opulence? Show me the opulence in Vrindavan. There are only caves, there are only forests, and there are only poor people all around. There are only. You really gone mad, Saraswati Sakhi. He's like, it's okay. You don't see the Vrindavan which I see. Let me experience all the terrible sufferings in Vrindavan. I shall not live in any other place. Even if I enjoy all spiritual and material opulences, because what I get in Vrindavan, that love of all these gopis, of all the simple hearted ladies. This is what I want to enjoy. And let me tell you, anybody who harms the residents of Vrindavan will suffer for a long time in hell. That's why I really pray. I do not want to talk ill about this residents of Vrindavan, because they have gotten the chance to serve Krishna. Love is in their DNA. May I always be devoted to the residents of Vrindavan. This is my only desire. He goes on saying, even if there is a thief in Vrindavan, people may criticize. Oh, what are you talking? It's just like the same other places. There are thieves in Vrindavan too. He's like, I don't care. Don't talk to me like that. Even if they are thieves, they are still living in Vrindavan. And to me, they are like Chintamani jewels, which grant all the exalted goals of life. Because they are in Vrindavan. Even Lakshmi and Shiva are all the demigods, or they're all aspiring to touch them. So when somebody is hearing, a logical person may question, what are you talking, ma? Well, when you're in love, logic fails. All logic fails. And a lover will go on talking everything like this. And here you are seeing a true lover of Radha Krishna, a true lover of Vrindavan. And secondly, in such an exalted position, when you're truly loving Radha Krishna, when you truly love Vrindavan, and when you truly love with this thing that I do not want any riches, anything, I just want to be in Vrindavan, a truly exalted soul does not see a thief or a non-thief. He just sees pure souls everywhere. And that's why when he's Vrindavan, your eyes are so pure that somebody is talking, oh, this guy is thief. No. Maybe he's a thief, maybe whatever his profession, but he's a pure soul. He's in Vrindavan. The eyes of a pure devotee is like this. They say they see the same Atma, they see the same Paramatma in everyone. So he says, I pray that may I be fortunate enough to become an animal, a bird, a blade of grass, or at least a speck of dust in the Vrindavan forest. This Vrindavan, which is flooded with a wonderful nectar of the beautiful, dark complexioned Lord Krishna. राधा मुरली मनोहर चरण विलासेन धन्ययाम वृंदावन भुवि मन्ये परम पुमर्थो मनागपि प्रणयः. I think the ultimate goal of life is to attain even a small amount of love for the land of Vrindavan. What is the goal of life? To attain even a small amount of love for the land of Vrindavan. This Vrindavan, which is opulent with the splendid pastimes of Radha and Krishna, of Murli Manohar's feet. He is Vaikuntapati, remember this. That's why this place is opulent. And in this Vrindavan, there is a small leela he remembers. He says, my mind is on Vrindavan, where I here and there only see Radharani's feet and Murli Manohar's feet. Manohar means the one who is attracting your mind or stealing your mind, And the Murli means who plays flute. So he says, the one who is playing his flute and stealing everybody's mind, that is Murli Manohar. So my mind is being stolen by, I'm being kidnapped by him because of his beautiful flute. And I see that Radha and Krishna are wandering in the Vrindavan forest. And out of curiosity, they are seeing everything here and there. And sometimes they talk to each other. And their talk is like sweet nectar pouring inside the ear. And then Radha and Krishna, sometimes they look here, sometimes they look here. Vrindavan is so beautiful. And Radhani calls, Krishna, look, 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 look. And when Krishna is looking there, something else they'll see. And Krishna will be like, Radhani, listen, listen. He says, I just want to be in this Vrindavan where this young couple, what is the age of Krishna and Radharani? Hardly 14, 15, 16, not more than that. Our age stops. We are forever 16. Forever 16. This is how it is in those lokas. We are young. We don't become old. So Radha Krishna's age is same, okay? 13, 14, 15, 16, whatever you want to keep. Your age is also the same. All right. So Radha and Krishna are like, look, look, look. And they're like, listen, listen. Prabodhanand Saraswati says, let us take shelter of Vrindavan Dham, where the greatest splendor, the highest love for Krishna, and the ultimate beauty is Sri Radhika. Ultimate beauty of Sri Radhika are manifested. Let us take shelter in Vrindavan. May I yearn only to serve Radha Krishna's feet. वृंदाटवी मोहन कुंज पुंजे कलिंद कन्या पुलैनई कसीमनी क्षीराधिका कृष्ण पदारविंद दास्ये कदास्ये बलता ममाशा सहैव राधा मुरली मनोहरौ कंदर्पलीलामये दिव्यमूर्तिकौ वृंदाटवी मंजुल कुंज मंडले कस्याति कस्यास्ति नाशा अतिरसा नुसेवितुम. He says, may I always yearn to serve the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. This Radha Krishna are sitting in a beautiful grove near Yamuna Ghat, who will not be filled with the sweet yearnings to serve Radha Murlidhar. Murlidhar is the one who's holding the flute. So, like when the picture is shown to you, one of the pictures has come in the chat box. So just imagine that is Vrindavan. And Radha Krishna are sitting and beautiful Yamuna is flowing. Gentle waves. Those are not waves, okay? Those are not just waves of water, okay? Those are waves of love. Because Yamuna, I told you, it is a liquid form, of Radha Krishna's overflowing love, okay? So that is also love. And when you see the waves, those are waves of love. All right. And Krishna is playing flute over there. And he's enchanting entire Vrindavan. And Radhan is looking at him. People are stunned. Sakhis are sitting around him. The birds are all on the top of the trees and they're just quiet. Why? Because Krishna is playing the flute. Who wants to talk? He says, who will not be filled with these sweet yearnings to serve Radha Murlidhara, the one who is holding his flute and who is who is playfully performing these amorous pastimes in the lovely groves of Vrindavan. Even Lakshmi and all those celestial goddesses, they want to come here, but they do not get entry to worship Radha's lotus feet. They know Krishna is there. Lakshmi ji comes sometimes. She's like, where is Krishna? Where is my husband? And the girls there will say, oh, who is your husband? She says, oh, that Vishnu is my husband. Oh, we don't know any Vishnu. We know Krishna. Yeah, your Krishna is my husband. What? No, he's the guy, he's just a boy of our village. We don't know. But even though if you want to come, you can come. Our queen is Radharani. You go and take permission from her. And then if she allows, you can go and meet Krishna. And Lakshmi says, what? I will go to this cowherd girl and ask permission? Forget it. You don't know who I am. I am Lakshmi. And the girls and the gopis says, the Sahachari and the Sakhi say, okay. So you're not allowed. Go back to your Vaikuntha. Same way with all the other celestial beings. They come. But they are coming from heaven and this is earth. And all these cowherd ladies, they don't want to come. They want to be near Krishna. They want that attention that Krishna is giving to all the Sakhis. They want that attention from Krishna. But they do not want to leave their the attitude of the princess or the attitude of the queens. They do not want to leave the attitude of the queen. So stay back. Because here when you come, you have to become like a normal person. So that's why he says, even Lakshmi and other Devis, they cannot hope to worship Radha on his lotus feet. Because for that, you have to become a simple person first. Oh Vrindavan, I pray to you. I yearn for this service which the Sakhis are doing. And then he says, if somebody gets to live in Vrindavan and then they leave, you're living in Vrindavan, then he's the most fortunate person. A person who leaves Vrindavan, where even Lakshmi and her friends cannot enter, then that person is certainly foolish. This place is full of bhakti, full of Krishna's opulences. Where else do you want to go? Oh fool, is there any place like Vrindavan? He goes on saying in Shloka number 72, Hari 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 Radha Bhangur Anang Rang Madhur Sandrananda Sindhu Tarangam Ka Iha Vishatu Vrindakanane Kunja Punjam Spurad Uru Nijurupa Dhyante Tarena Antare Api. How is this Vrindavan? He says, it is hiding itself. It is not manifesting its own spiritual form and qualities fully. Only those who love Radha and Krishna will know it. So those who do not know, they will not be able to enter Vrindavan. Oh, without manifesting his original spiritual form and qualities, who can enter Vrindavan's groves? which are flooded with the sweet waves of bliss and the sight of Radha Krishna's graceful, amorous pastimes. Let us glorify this Vrindavan, which is the king of all forests, which is the realm of spiritual love. Anyone who enters this Vrindavan is filled with great wonder. He is filled with transcendental happiness. This Vrindavan, the king of supreme king of all forests, this Vrindavan is filled with the bliss of Radha Krishna's wonderful amorous pastimes that fill everyone with wonder. This is the place where the divine couple enjoy their prosperity, shines here eternally. Here in Vrindavan, in Shloka number 74, it says, Kalindataniya spurad udaravalli kuti vihararatilampati bhavadanukshanam vihariratilampati bhavadanukshanam dhamatat dvayam kanakachampakam kuvalayancha द्वयं कनकचंपकं कुवलयं च निंद रुचा सुचारु परचरेया मनसि तोषयेत स्वात्मभूः. Here in Vrindavan, even Cupid comes here, bows down, and does everything to please Radha and Krishna. The glory, the beauty of Radha Krishna rebukes the golden champaka flower and the blue lotus, because Radharani looks like yellow, molten gold. So the only comparison the author is able to give is with champaka flowers, which are yellow. He says champaka flowers feels ashamed in front of Radharani's beauty, and Krishna's beauty, oh, the lotus flower, blue lotus. But that is also incomparable. This both, even Cupid comes here, offers services, and but still Cupid also sometimes feels like, I cannot match their beauty. Cupid is considered to be very beautiful. So I cannot match their beauty. And the way they enjoy their passionate, amorous pastimes, Cupid says, I don't even know from where they get the ideas. I go on making, Cupid is invisible and he just throws his arrows and people fall in love. He says, here in Vrindavan, my arrows fail. The only arrows are of Radharani's. I get mesmerized looking at them. They are the original teacher of arts of love. And they're constantly enjoying their pastimes in the upland cottage of flowering vines near Yamuna's shore. Shloka number 75 says, oh my mind, please meditate on this youthful divine couple who are splendid as a golden champaka and as a blue lotus flower. And this divine couple is overcome with passionate love. And look at the divine couple's eyes. They are always moving and they are very playful and full of splendor. And their beautiful form is enchanting the gopis of Vrindavan. Oh, my mind, meditate on Radha and Krishna in such a manner. See, our meditation is so beautiful. Our meditation is not like we are meditating on a stone statue. No. Our Krishna and Radha are young, youthful, and talking with the eyes. This is our meditation. Just imagine how beautiful the meditation is. You'll never feel bored of meditation anymore. We don't say, oh, meditate on this thing. No. Just look at Radha and Rani, Radharani and Krishna. Just see them near Yamuna. There is a beautiful cottage of flowering vines. You can make your own cottage. In that, they both are sitting and smiling and talking and looking at each other. And they are surrounded by the gopis. Then you can feel the love in the eyes of Radha and Krishna. And looking at them, the gopis are falling in love. The Sakhis are falling in love. We are one of the gopi, we are one of the Sakhi. What else do you want to see? He says in Shloka number 76, meditate in such a manner. Take your mind out of all the worldly things. Whatever you're thinking every day, it is only because of the three material modes of nature, sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. Take your mind away from it. Take your mind away from the material suffering. See a spiritual light, a golden light. And that golden light is going all the way to Lord's spiritual planet, the Vaikunthas. Cross that. Go beyond the Vaikunthas. And go inside Vaikunthas. Beyond the Vaikunthas, there is Vrindavan, where Radha and Krishna are always sitting and enjoying. Go in that Vrindavan daily. And there, once you enter Vrindavan, search for Radharani's forest garden where Radharani will be there. So in the mind, this is how the search is. So you're meditating, you've taken your mind from all the things, and you come inside, you see the light, and you go beyond the light, you're seeing all the Vaikunthas, all the lokas, everything you've crossed, and then you reach to Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, you're looking that particular grove where Radharani will be there. How will you know that Radharani is there? You will see it, it's in the light, and you will smell it. Because Radharani's love is everywhere. And wherever Radharani is there, you will see Krishna also. And this place is filled with love, filled with happiness, filled with charming groves. Meditate on this beautiful Vrindavan in your heart. This is what is said in Shloka number 77. You see all the gopis, they are serving Radha and Krishna. And with their service, Radha and Krishna are very pleased. They are filled with intense love. Meditate. You are in that circle of those Sakhis. All these Sakhis are, their eyes are open. They're just looking at Radha Krishna because they don't want to close their eyes, because all those bhavs, all those love that emanates from Radharani's eyes, her love coming from Radharani's eyes, and Krishna becoming so happy every second, as if two oceans, ocean of love and ocean of happiness, bliss, ocean of love and ocean of bliss are merging with each other. And millions of oceans are coming out like this and drowning all the Sakhis, and you're one among them. That's how you meditate on Vrindavan. Somebody will say, have you gone? Are you really totally out of your mind? What is this? What is this meditation? Thinking of this two young people and their loving pastimes. Don't forget, Prabodhanand, you were very scholarly. What happened to you suddenly? You were of noble birth. What is happening to you? Why are you crying like this? You have left everything behind and come to Vrindavan to talk all this. And is this really austerity? Because we heard austerity is something different. You have to go without food, you have to sit and meditate for hours and hours and years. And we have read about austerity. People would hang upside down and then they would light up all those fires and sit there for days. Have you forgotten, Prabodhanand? All those you only spoke. Right now you're talking, oh my mind, meditate and go into the groves of Vrindavan where the young couple is sitting and all the Sakhis are serving. This is not truth. This is your bhavana. This is just your imagination. Prabodhanand says in stroke number 79. Kim vidya kulashila रूप विभवै किं दान यज्ञादिभिः किं विख्याति शतैः किमुग्रता उग्र तपसा किं न्यास योगादिभिः किं तत्त्वानुभवेन विष्णु भजनै किं तस्य वात्यद्भुते यो वृन्दावन ईश मोहन रसे अपि यासीन सर्वस्वधीः. He says, what use our scholarship, noble birth, good character, good looks, or wealth? Of what use is charity, sacrifice, and all the pious acts? Of what use is fame? Of what use is severe austerity? Of what use is renunciation, yoga, and other spiritual practices? What is the use of seeing the truth? I don't understand the purpose of serving Vishnu. I do not understand the use of all these wonderful things. Because if a person has not developed love for the very wonderful one Vrindavan, that Vrindavan whose sweetness enchants even the Lord, that Vrindavan whose sweetness enchants the Lord's soul. If somebody has not developed love for Vrindavan, what's the use of all the above things? Then he goes on saying, O Vrindavan, धन्योऽस्मि अति परम महात्व कृपा पात्रितो अस्मि यतोऽहं येन दत्तो विधिशुक सनकाद्यर्थनीय स्ववासः गौरश्यामे महामोहन वरमासि नित्यकिशोरवेशे नित्येकानङ्गरङ्गे अपि परिचरितुं यन्माशापि दत्त. Oh Vrindavan, I am very fortunate. I am very fortunate. All these things, all these distractions, all this pride, all this knowledge you have taken away from me. What people are talking right now, they are not understanding your love. Your love. You are loved by Krishna himself. These people are worshipping Vishnu for what? Oh Vrindavan, I am grateful to you. I am grateful to you. I have become the object of your mercy. You have given me this. You have given me this, that I am able to reside in your boundary. This boundary, this place where Brahma, Shiva, Sukdev Goswami, Sanak Kumar, everybody prays to be here. And you, by your mercy, by your grace, you have allowed me to stay here. And you, by your mercy, are making me understand your glory. Oh, Vrindavan, I am thankful to you. Because the rest of the people outside the boundaries of Vrindavan, they're not able to understand this. Your gift makes me hopeful that one day I will be directly serving the eternally youthful divine couple, Shri Radha Krishna. O Shri Vrindavan, Shri Vrindavan Koti Matri, Param Snigdha Swabhave. O Vrindavan, you are more affectionate than millions of mothers. Rameshadai Nityai Vicharyamana Paramashchara Prabhave Padma. O Vrindavan, your transcendental glories are sung by Lakshmi, Shiva, and host of other great souls. And now you are in front of my eyes. You have granted me residence within your boundaries. This is sought by the greatest devotees. Please allow me to serve all those divine great souls that live within you, who have become the trees, who have become, in Vrindavan, everything is a great devotee. Understand this. So he's saying, please allow me to serve all the great souls within you that reside within you. Some are seen, some are unseen. Please have that mercy on me. Please happily serve Sri Radha Krishna, who has No equal. Nobody can equal Radha Krishna. There is nobody like them. And their love grows eternally in this Vrindavan. They stay there eternally in Vrindavan. Their love floods everything, including Goloka. Vrindavan is like a very charming, splendid moon shining above everything. Here, after coming to Vrindavan, in Shloka number 84, he says, I am not afflicted by the three modes of material nature anymore. Satvik, Rasik, Tamsik, all these things don't disturb me anymore. All that attraction towards the higher planets have gone, just like fireflies. They come in certain time and they are gone. All the ignorance is gone. What more shall I say? I don't find happiness in any other place. Vrindavan shines in my heart with its transcendental splendor. यदि हरिचरण प्रेमानंद कदम्बम विडम्ब्यति राधा पादरसस्वन्यम वृंदारण्यम तदान्य वार्ता का अपि मम कोटि भवान्ते भवतु परम तादृशो देह वृंदावन मदीवसता मुच्चिष्टैक स्पृहा भवेद् यत्र हरि हरि दिगस्तु मामिह यदति सुतच्छेषु लोकधर्मेषु अस्वार्थेष्वति सक्तो विहन्मि वृंदावने अपि अहो वासम्. If we ignore Vrindavan, which is flooded with the nectar of Radharani's lotus feet, which is filled with the bliss of love for Lord Hari's feet. If we ignore this, then what is there to talk about? There's nothing else. If I have to take millions of births again and again, I really don't care. Whatever forms, whatever species, I don't care. All I want is to be residing in Vrindavan. I can become an insect here, no problem. My only wish is to reside in Vrindavan. Alas, how I have wasted my life. I wasted my life being attached to all these ideas of religiosity, religion held by the common people. I did not take the shelter of Vrindavan. I held to all those insignificant, unbeneficial ideas of society. Vrindavan is the place where I want to atone for my sins. Srimati Radhika's forest is the perfect place for atoning. Srimati Radhika's forest is the ultimate shelter from offenses for all great souls. Srimati Radhika's forest is the crest jewel of all principles of religion. Srimati Radhika's forest, Vrindavan, is the crest jewel of all goals of life. Oh, my dear friend, whose life is Vrindavan, give up. Give up contact with everybody around you. Do not be in touch with those people who destroy the goal of your life. Do not care for your body so much to how to present yourself in the society. There's always this pressure. Don't care about that. This body is just a pot of stool. No matter you give it 5-star food, give it all sorts of organic and high-end food and whatnot, so many diets. Give it whatever you give it. In the end, the result of all the input is stool, urine, sweat, and smell. No matter how expensive perfumes you put on yourself. How expensive. In the end, whatever you do, you're going to smell. deodorants, perfumes, whatever. So this is the output of this body. So do not get carried away by all the societal parameters. Do not get carried away by all these things. All these things will makes the lower people happy, they don't understand the higher goal of life. But your goal is to be in Vrindavan. Whatever helps you to achieve that goal, do that. Those people are fortunate who bow down before a person who is always seeing the eternal and spiritual forms of Vrindavan's grass, bushes, and other living entities. Those people are fortunate who are bowing down before them with great devotion and they are residing in Vrindavan. The fortunate people shedding tears of love as they remember Shri Radharani's anklets. They shed tears. They're always residing in forest thinking about that. Vrindavan is completely filled with the sweet nectar of pure love of God, of Krishna. All the moving and all the living and the non-living, everything that resides in Vrindavan, they all have divine spiritual forms. You also have a spiritual form just as they. So give up all those external ideas. Do not be attached to any ordinary religion. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Come to me, knowing the truth. Always reside at Sri Radhika's lotus feet. राधा तत्प्रिय चरणाम्बुज परिचरणाति सद्रसाम्बोधौ मक्त्वा विस्मृतदेह कदानु वृन्दावने भविष्यामि वृन्दारण्य सत्ये यह धर्मकोटि कुकर्मकोटिर्वा भवतु समस्तं सोढ्वा संसाधितास्मि कंचन स्वार्थम्. When in this Vrindavan forest, dive deep into the great transcendental nectar of ocean of pure devotional service at the lotus feet of Srimati Radha and Lord Krishna. He goes on saying, and to do that, somebody may say, I am not following religion, I left my religion, I've left my religious duties. Somebody may criticize me. I don't care. I don't care. I will completely forget the existence of my external material body. I would perform millions of religious acts or millions of sins. I would tolerate anything. But I shall attain my goal. I will eternally bow down to the residents of Vrindavan who are filled with limitless splendor and bliss, who are filled with splendid, limitless love for Radha Krishna. And because of their love, all these residents of Vrindavan, all these Sakhis and the Gopis and everybody, because of their love, they are able to, control Radha Krishna. I would rather go in their path than follow any other religion. I don't know any other religion. I only know the religion of love, pure love. Let me praise Vrindavan's birds and other creatures who are plunged into the ocean of limitless moonlight, flooded with the wonder of limitless beauty and overcome with the limitless love for Lord Hari. In Vrindavan, which is beautiful with many vines, charming with splendid leaves and flowers, flower archways, flower couches, flower and jewel lamps everywhere. And there are male and female parrots who are expert in reciting poetries, plays, and other literatures. So the birds here, the parrots are reciting poetries because they have learned it from Radharani. This place decorated, there is humming of bees everywhere, glorious singing of cuckoos and other birds, which is filled with gentle, cool, fragrant breeze. which fulfills everybody's desires. And this beautiful couple who reside in this beautiful Vrindavan, I meditate on them. Please meditate on them. And not far from Govardhan Hill, the king of mountains, is a charming ocean of transcendental glory. There is a kund called Radha Kund. Now it is describing that kund. Radha Kund is a used to be a lake. Now it is a very small lake, but in those times it was a very big lake. So here is divided. He is saying that this is not a lake. This is not an ordinary lake. This is a transcendental lake. Even if somebody has one drop of it, they will taste the ocean of nectarian love multiplied many millions of times, even one drop. So this is how Radha Kund is. It is filled with the currents of an ocean of bliss that makes the nectar of other blisses worthless. It is filled with wonders. It is so beautiful that it attracts even Lakshmi. This place, which is wonderful with splendid blossoming flowers like Mallika, Lavang, Jati, Utika, Kadamba. Vrindavan has many flowers. Champaka, here he goes on mentioning all the names of the flowers. So many flowers are there. Vrindavan is filled with the sweet fragrance of these flowers. It is filled with the sweet conversations of all the birds. It is filled with the cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo sound of the cuckoo bird. It is filled with blossoming flowers. Wonderful jewel vines. Vrindavan is filled with beautiful lakes, ponds, and this water is the streams of nectar where Radha Madhav are enjoying. This place is the kingdom of all bliss. And in this kingdom of bliss, in the center of it, there is a charming lake filled with intensely blissful water. And around the four sides of this water, there are the ghats, which are studded with jewels. And there are beautiful staircases, which are also studded with jewels. And then this lake is surrounded by beautiful kadamba trees. And the waters of this lake called Radha Kunda is very pleasing to the divine couple, and it manifests various tastes for their pleasure. It is filled with lots of beautiful lotuses, lilies, and jewels. There are sarojas, kumuts, and other lotuses, all of them with beautiful fragrance, all surround this lake. And in this lake, Radha Krishna are performing their divine pastimes. And in the middle of the lake, there is a jewel cottage, and all the gopis are sitting there, seeing Radha Krishna performing this water sports. He's praying now to Vrindavan that, oh Vrindavan, please bless me that I live in your place, and please bless me that I be able to get the darshan of this Radha Kunda. This Radha Kunda satisfies the thirst of all devotees. May it satisfy my thirst too. Madhur Madhur Gunjan Manjuro Lamba Punje Kanaka Kamalinam Kanane Yatra Radha Priyavadhi Gatavaktra Bhrantikam Padma Chumbe Ashpi Nijmukha Chumbanena Ashwanta Jahaz. And in the end he says, Radha, he's talking about the leela, Radha hid in the forest of golden lotus flowers, attended by swarms of very sweet humming bumblebees. Krishna entered that forest and, mistaking one of the golden lotuses for Radha's face, began to kiss it. Radha then emerged from hiding and reassured her beloved, kissed him, and laughed. So with this leela, we ended up here. It took me a little time, longer time, but I have to finish this. There are so many shlokas. So we ended up here with all this beautiful meditation. More of meditations will come tomorrow. We'll start the chapter 5. beautiful pictures so that you can imagine all these pastimes that we have spoken. All right. Radhe Radhe, Jai Shri Krishna, and see you tomorrow.
Radhe Radhe Ma.
Radhe Radhe. Parvati raised hand. Parvati wants to ask something. Unmute Parvati.
Yeah, Guruma, I had a
Yes, Parvati.
quick question. I was thinking of a shloka from that I found from Sundaraya Lahari that really
So
made me think of
yeah.
the 28th shloka where he talks about wanting to become a bunch of flowers at the feet of Devi. I love that verse so much. And I was just wondering, just like um you've talked about listening to Krishna's kathas, satsang, japa, does taking refuge upon the lotus feet of um, Radharani and Lord Krishna, does that help wash away our vasanas from past lives?
Yes. Yes. Vasanas are created because we are thinking about worldly things. But the more we think about God, it could be Shiva Parvati. The same stories that I've told you today is also applicable on Shiva Parvati also. Okay. So the more we replace our thoughts with the feelings of Bhagwan, our sanskaras get washed away. We don't get any more sanskaras because now the mind is filled with the joy of their love. So when we leave the body, because we have meditated so much, even if you're on the deathbed, we will only think of all this pastime that we meditated upon. It could be Shiva Parvati or it could be Radha Krishna. So yes, they wash out all the sanskaras, the past sanskaras.
Thank you, Guruma.
All right. Okay. Take care then, and then we'll see you tomorrow. Radhe Radhe.